The American Civil War, 1861. 1865 was the bloodiest conflict in American history, with over 600,000 soldiers killed and many more civilians dying from disease and starvation. The war was fought between the northern states, the Union, and the southern states, the Confederacy, which had seceded from the Union in protest of the election of Abraham Lincoln, a Republican who opposed the expansion of slavery. The causes of the Civil War are complex and have been debated by historians for decades. However, there are a few key factors that contributed to the outbreak of war. One was the issue of slavery. The Southern economy was heavily dependent on slave labor, while the Northern economy was more industrialized and less reliant on slavery. As a result, there was a growing divide between the North and South on the issue of slavery. Another factor that contributed to the Civil War was the issue of states' rights. The Southern states believed that they had the right to secede from the Union, while the Northern states believed that the Union was indivisible. This disagreement came to a head in 1860, when South Carolina seceded from the Union after Lincoln was elected president. The Civil War began on April 12, 1861, when Confederate forces attacked Fort Sumter in South Carolina. The war lasted for 4 years and was fought on many fronts, from the eastern seaboard to the western plains. Some of the most important battles of the war included the First Battle of Bull Run, the Battle of Shiloh, the Battle of Antietam, and the Battle of Gettysburg. The Union ultimately won the Civil War, thanks in part to its superior industrial and manpower resources. The war ended on April 9, 1865, when Confederate General Robert E. Lee surrendered to Union General Ulysses S. Grant at Appomattox Courthouse in Virginia. The Civil War had a profound impact on the United States. It led to the end of slavery and the strengthening of the federal government. However, the war also left a lasting legacy of division and bitterness. The Civil War is still one of the most important events in American history, and it continues to shape the country today. In addition to the military aspects of the war, the Civil War also had a significant impact on American society. The war led to the mobilization of millions of Americans, both men and women, and it transformed the role of the federal government in American life. The war also had a profound impact on African Americans, who were finally freed from slavery but still faced many challenges in the post-war era. The Civil War was a defining moment in American history. It was a time of great upheaval and change, but it also ultimately led to a stronger and more united nation. The war left a lasting legacy on the American people, and it continues to be a subject of study and debate today.